if you want to gain, retain, and even regain customers, have a surprise and delight policy. If you want to gain, if you want to retain, and even regain customers, have a surprise and delight policy. Welcome to JT The Raw, show 170. Who would have thought we'd get to 170 shows where I chew the thin on business, and after 30 years in business, I have just a few thins to chew. Great having everybody on board this morning, as I will do my best to surprise and delight you as we talk about this key strategy in order to acquire and retain our customers. And I am coming to you from the Hunter Valley. The Hunter Valley, for those that are unaware, is a wine country in the state of New South Wales. And over my shoulder there are vineyards. Plenty of them, plenty of vineyards. And just down there is helicopter flights. And just across the road there is where I will be working today with a whole bunch of great Anytime Fitness one great owner, managers and their teams. So today's show, in the competitive world that we are living in the market that we are now really trying to push and drive more customers into our business, what are we doing differently to our competitors? Maybe one thing that we could look at is this. Surprising and delight. Surprising and delight. You see, what happens is in business is we set expectations, and when we meet those expectations, people are happy. Our goal is to go above and beyond, and that is what this show is all about, surprising and delighting. So, let's talk about this concept of surprising and delighting our customer. You see, what I find a lot in business is this, is we promise a lot of things in business. Sometimes I think we overpromise. Perhaps one of the most used statements in the 90s, for those who were around in the 90s, you'll remember it, is let us underpromise and overdeliver. Let us underpromise and overdeliver, and that will delight our customer. Problem is, things just got so, competitive, I guess is the word, or we got so focused on the business that we forgot about that delight thing. And all we did was actually focus on meeting the expectations of the customer. And don't get me wrong, meeting expectations is critical in order to maintain a business. If you promise you will deliver A, you better deliver A. If you promise you're going to deliver D, you better deliver D, because that is the key component to running a successful business. In fact, many times these days, if we just meet expectations, then our customer is happy. But I believe in business, we need to raise the bar on ourselves. We need to look at what those expectations are, and we need to take them up a little bit. And one of the most exciting things for me in the last 24 hours has been seeing in my feed all the really cool shit that people are doing around Halloween. Not trick-or-treating with their families, although that is pretty cool, checking all that out, but the things that people are doing in their business. And I see people dressed up, I see people giving out chocolates, I see people having pumpkins up on their reception desks. I see a whole bunch of really cool stuff, and that, to me, is surprising your customer. It's not what they would normally expect. And of course, there's that delight side of things, because the delight brings a smile on their face. One of the most important things I believe in business is to make our customers smile more. When they smile and they get their little hit of chemicals running through their body because they're happy and they're laughing, it has a really powerful impact on the loyalty, on what they think of our business, what the long-term impact could be on our business. So the challenge that I've got for you is this, is what is your company's surprise and delight strategy? What is your company's surprise and delight strategy? One of the things that we used to do in my business, and I'll never forget this, is I would always challenge my team to go above and beyond, to do that surprise and delight. And a couple of great stories. I remember having one team member drive a gym member's car home one night. He actually had suffered a minor heart attack, got taken off to hospital in an ambulance. And when we closed up, there was only one set of keys left, and those set of keys actually belonged to his car. So my staff member took it upon himself to drive his car, this member's car, home, take the keys in, give them to his wife, and get a taxi back to work, all before leaving to go home. Now, this is after work. That not just surprised and delighted me as the business owner, but what about the member? It was far from what was expected and surprised and delighted my member. We did another thing that was really interesting. We surprised and delighted a member when we sent her flowers when her cat passed away. And she came into the gym and she said to us, "Wow, that was really amazing the way you sent those flowers. I need to explain to you that I don't have any family. I need to explain to you that no one really understands how important that cat was, because that cat really was my only family." And the fact that you acknowledge that, the fact that you sent us flowers to acknowledge how important that cat was in my family and to me, surprised and delighted me. Thank you. Now, when we think about surprising and delighting our customers, we don't have to spend a lot of money. Sometimes surprising and delighting is just recognition. Sometimes it's recognizing what they have done. Other times, we may need to spend some money. So what is your policy? What is your strategy around surprising and delighting customers? My challenge for you is this: when do you do it? What activities do you look for? Because when you do this, it will breed a connection, a stickiness with your brand, and that will lead to long-term loyalty as well as great word of mouth marketing. That's why we do it. But the other reason why I think we should do it is because we're just fucking nice people. There, I said it. Because we're just nice people. It's something that people do. When someone achieves something and you hear about it, why wouldn't you congratulate them? It's just human nature. So all we're doing is taking the human side and putting it into our business. And when we do that, that makes us different, because there's so many businesses that don't do that. And that's really my point of today. My point of today's show is surprising and delighting as building it as part of your differentiating factor between you and your competitor, regardless of the size of your business. Now, our surprise and delight strategy in the club was simple. My team could spend anywhere up to $100 to surprise and delight one of our customers without asking me. $100. How did I come up with that? Simple. So what we understood in our club was the monthly income we were generating from a customer was around about $100. So my view was that if I allowed my team to spend $100, that should actually build that customer relationship. Now, you might have a different formula. You might say $20, you might say $25, you might even say $5. It doesn't matter. But my question for you is this: what's your policy? Have you even sat down with your team and had this discussion? Do they understand the difference between meeting expectations and surprising and delight? If they don't understand, tag them in the comments below so that they can watch this show. In fact, if you know anybody that you think could benefit from understanding the strategy of surprising and delighting your customer, please tag them in the comments below so that they can watch this show and hopefully bring that into the business. So, what is your strategy? What is your policy? Our policy was spend up to $100 because we knew that would keep a customer. We knew that would bind that customer to our business. And that's what I'm asking you to do today. Did you get value out of this show? Did this show have you think and maybe do different around surprising and delighting your customer? If it did, give me a love heart, one of those little red love hearts right now if you got value out of this show. If this started to resonate for you that, hey, in our business, we need to start surprising and delighting our customer. If it did, hit me up with a love heart right now and I'd be grateful. Also, JT and the Raw Show 168 went off the Richter scale. It went huge. I have had a bunch of people reach out to me because they've watched it on replay and they've asked for the 50 tough questions to ask ourselves in business. If you haven't got that yet, what the hell are you doing? You can watch the show if you wish, but I'll give you the link and you can get the free 50 questions to ask yourself in business. Tough questions that no one else will ask you. So 50 in the comments below and I'll send that out to you. What else? Next week I am just finalising all my preparations for the Athletic Business Show. I just heard a rustle in the bushes. You can tell I am in the wildlife of Australia. It's probably a snake that's scaring. No, it's a lizard. It's only a lizard. It's not a snake. Hey, I'm not going to die today. So, that is it. Next week's show, JT the Raw will be coming to you live from my house. Nowhere exciting next week. Nowhere as exciting as this beautiful vista. Vista, what a great word. A beautiful vista that we call the Hunter Valley here in Australia. Let's finish this off. The idea is if you want to gain, you want to retain, and you want to regain customers, have a surprise and delight policy. Work out what your budget would be. Encourage your team to look for ways to surprise and delight all of your customers, regardless of what business you're in. That lizard is going crazy over there. Whatever business you're in, you've got the ability to surprise and delight your customers when you focus on them. Let's go above and beyond what they expect. Think about what that policy looks like, roll it out, and then drive it hard, because our goal is to build loyal customers who want to keep coming back and keep buying from us. What else? I think that's about it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. JT and the Raw. Almost. Really got quote of the week. Quote of the week. To build loyal customers, surprise and delight them. To build loyal customers, surprise and delight them. To build loyal customers, surprise and delight them. And the man who's just going to his car behind us is looking at me very strangely. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned into JT and the Raw, show 170, show 170. If you got any value out of it, hit me up with a love heart right now. And if you know anybody that you could get value out of the show, please tag them in the comments below or hit that share button over my shoulder that way or that way and share it to your people so that we get more people watching JT and the Raw. Thank you so much. Oh, one final shout out. Nearly forgot. Big shout out to Zoe. Little Zozo, my daughter, is doing her speech today for school captain. So I hope she does the best that she can do. And regardless of the result, if she does the best, I will be super proud of her. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned to JT and the Raw. I will catch you on the flip side.